and we are CNR Gaming. Today we are doing a little bit different video. We're going to talk about what we're currently playing and our thoughts on them.
Yes, it's the games that we're currently jumping into and giving up lots and lots of hours of our life into.
Yes. Ryan has a variety. I have one console that I mainly play.
I'm very spoiled. My wife allows me to be spoiled. I have all the different consoles right now, so I usually try to play my multiplayer games on the Xbox, but I just got the Xbox One X, and because of that I'm kind of pushing towards there just because the graphic updates. But PlayStation 4 has so many good solo titles on it that I usually play a lot of my solo games on PS4.
Yeah, between my PlayStation and Xbox, I mainly just play my PlayStation. Yeah. That's it.
And then there's the Switch, which I'm playing a lot of as well. Yeah, so do you want me to go first?
Yep, we'll have Ryan start off since he has more physical games in his hand.
Yeah. Well, I figured I'd go retro since we've been doing a lot of retro stuff first. Yes. And the first one is Lion King. Disney's Lion King for the Super Nintendo. I'm not going to try that, it'll come off bad. It's kind of an animation style game. You start off with Simba, kind of go through the world. The first level is pretty easy. Just jump around, you can yell at the little animals and then they get scared. Roar, I guess roar is a better word for it. Second level, you gotta do these monkey puzzles where you have to kind of growl at the monkeys in the tree and it'll make them turn. Then I believe the next level is you're running into a canyon and there's a whole bunch of wildebeest going around, and I have yet to get past that one just yet. But that's what I'm working on there. So I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. It's a very well-made game, and the graphics have held up over time since its release.
Nice. Yeah. Sounds fun.
Yep. You're next.
Me next. I'll do this one first since I've already beat it. This is not my copy. This is Ryan's copy, because his is still in the wrapper. Mine is not. But Persona 5 is an amazing game. I played through it. I beat it. I think at the end of the game I had 180 hours logged into it. I spent so much time. But if you've played any of the Persona series, it's so good. But basically in the fifth one, it's a little bit different take than the 3 and 4. In this one you're a thief. But basically you steal people's hearts, like just their mental thing. You just call them the hearts. Mm-hmm. You basically steal that to kind of, I don't want to say get back at bad people. You are mainly going after bad people, like people that have done like bad crimes or getting away with it. Mm-hmm. And you find out and you kind of like fight them and you make them confess everything. Oh.
A lot of detective stuff in it?
Yeah, there's lots of things where you do a little bit of detective stuff, you work on your social links with people to raise your level, and it's really fun. There's so many like little things in the games that like you pick up on.
No spoilers, we don't want to do spoilers,
yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm trying not to spoil anything, but I will say that one of the things in this game that I was super excited about is because I played other ones, some things that happened towards the beginning, I'm like, I feel like that's going to be something later on, and then it was, and I'm like, I called everything. But it's really fun. Obviously, there's different endings you can have. There's lots of different levels. Everything's different each time. It's a really fun game. It's huge. There's so much to offer in the game. So, definitely give one Persona 5. You should play it.
Lots of hours in that.
Yes.
Speaking of lots of hours, I am currently playing the expansion for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I recently purchased the expansion, and it's got the like a mini mission area where you put the Master Sword back into its holder, and it takes you to another area where you start off with no equipment, and you've got to work your way through these different basement levels, moving up, and then once you defeat a master. Once you defeat one of the areas, you get extra power on your Master Sword while you're out and about. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I can't wait till the next part of the expansion comes out because it's another story with the champions. But I've already beat Ganon on it. But I highly recommend it. It's top 3 of all time for me. So it's a great game.
Okay.
Can we go again?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I'll go into this one next. Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a lot of fun. I just haven't had a chance to get into it as much because I've been playing a couple other games, and we'll see in the next game probably why.
Mhm.
Just because the next one just came out. But I'm probably about an hour to 2 hours into the game, so I'm still at the beginning, just getting some of my new traps. The game is beautiful. The PS4 Pro with the HDR on it, the game just looks beautiful.
Mhm.
I can't wait to get a little bit more into it once I'm done with the next one. But I'm at a point where you can throw a trap up on two sides, and then there's a string, and then you get the mechanical robots to run towards you. Then they hit the wire, and they'll get stunned. I mean, it's just such fluid gameplay. It's really cool.
DLC just came out for that.
Yeah, it's not there yet. You're up next.
I'll do this one next. This one is a replay for me. Final Fantasy X, not the 10-2 part, because I'm not a fan of 10-2. But this one I originally played on PlayStation 2. Never beat the game. I got stuck on Unalesca. Like, I thought that was like, oh, second class boss. And then recently just beat her and I'm like, wow, I'm not even close. Like, but again, it's a replay for me. If you've never played it, you should. Most Final Fantasies are really awesome games. Most of them are really, like, nice looking. Especially for, like, on PlayStation 2, it looked really good for the time. The remastered version obviously looks better, but you can still see the kind of like some of the graphics from PS2 where it looks a little bit like eh. But again, it's a really good game. Lots to do, lots of hidden things to do. I've realized, like, the first time I played it, I didn't know anything from what I have now. I had no idea, and I was looking up certain things to be like, oh, I want this Aeon, and never knew I could even get it.
Wow.
Like, there's hidden Aeons you can get, but basically, if you haven't heard of it, which I'm sure you have, I always thought his name was Titus, but apparently it's Titus. You play as him, you kind of get thrown in time some, and you have to like search, and you're trying to figure a way to go back to your time period, but you're helping a summoner, Yuna, and her guardians go to face Sin, which is this giant monster that basically just messes everything up. He destroys everything, kills lots of people, turns people into fiends, which are just like monsters. But that's basically, without ruining anything, what it's about is just helping her defeat Sin and trying to figure out how to go home.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I've played a bit into it on the original, but I also got stuck at one point, put it down, and then never made my way back.
Yeah, I have 10-2 for PlayStation 2. Yeah, PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
Started playing it. I probably got 15-20 minutes in. I was like, this sucks. Stop playing. Because it's a completely different, like, outfit changes matter now. Because it's like, oh, let's make them wear short shorts. And it suddenly gives them new powers. And I'm like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah, I knew the reviews weren't there. But I'm sure there's people out there that enjoy it. So.
I mean, I'm sure. And then maybe later in the game it actually gets interesting. But from going from 10 to 10-2, I was like, oh, God, this sucks.
Next up for me is Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch. The game is beautiful. I mean, the fluidity of the gameplay, taking it from like a Mario 1 with super duper graphics to the new gameplay of like a Mario 64. It's an amazing game. You can take your hat and throw it on creatures, and you become those creatures. So like you can become a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you can be a little Goomba. The boss battles, while they're not too challenging, I don't feel like the game has been too challenging, and it's really hard to die as far as like get a game over, because it's a coin-based system now, to where if you die, you only lose about 10 coins, and then you jump right back in the last particular part you started in. But the game is beautiful, the storyline's a lot of fun, it's a great game, and I'm probably about 80% through it right now, so, but highly recommended. Not that people didn't know that already.
Yes. All the trailers look awesome for it, so.
You got any left?
Physical copy, yes. This is also not mine. I'm currently borrowing it from a friend. But Danganronpa, this is 1 and 2. Originally, I think these were for Vita or PSP, and then they remade it for PlayStation 4. It is a really fun game. I was nervous about playing this because it's first person, but I don't get sick during it because it's more of a go to this room and you kind of just click on things to look around. It's basically kind of like a detective type of game in an anime format.
Oh, cool. And you
So,
love anime.
I do love my anime. But basically, at least in Danganronpa 1, the main character is Makoto, and you get accepted to Hope's Peak Academy, which is supposed to be this awesome school, and the school picks you, and it's all the elites. So you have to be an elite at something. Like, for example, one of the people is the ultimate baseball star. And all of them are high school students, but he's like the best high school student. There's the ultimate martial artist, and all of that, like a whole bunch of ultimates. They're really cool people. But basically, you get accepted to this high school, and the this bear right here,
Okay.
the bear right there, his name is Monokuma, and he shows up, and he's like, yeah, I kind of took over. Basically, I'm your new headmaster, and you can either agree to live here forever and, you know, just live a normal life at the school, or you can kill each other.
Oh.
So, the game is about, like, you know, it's kind of, if I had to relate it to something, it's kind of like if you've ever read the Battle Royale book. It's a Japanese type of book, or Hunger Games, something like that, where it's like, okay, kill, survive, but in this one it's someone kills someone, and then you have this whole class trial to determine who was the killer, and if you guess the killer right, then they get punished. If you guess the killer wrong, then they get to graduate by leaving the school, and everyone else dies.
Oh gosh.
So, obviously, if you guess wrong, game over.
Yeah.
But,
That sounds like a lot of fun.
it's a lot of fun. It's not super anime, so I think you might even like it. It's just the art style.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun game. You really have to put your detective skill to work because it really does challenge you in the class trial by giving you different things. Or it's like, okay, you have to shoot these truth bullets at the right time to, like, say, hey, you're wrong, I object to this. It's really fun. It's really fun.
Well, we'll make this one the last one here, and it's the game that I've probably been putting the most time into lately. It's Friday the 13th on Xbox. Now, while it's not the greatest game in the world, it's a whole lot of fun, especially when you get to be Jason. Some of the counselor game is okay. You're running. Basically, the idea is that you join a group with 8 other people, and one of you gets randomly selected as Jason. 7 of the are counselors, and you're trying to escape. You get the car working, get the boat working. You can maybe find a fuse and repair a box and call the police. Or you can attempt to the rare feat of killing Jason, but it's very difficult, and I've never seen anyone pull it off yet. Then you hit to play Jason. Well, if you get to randomly pick to be Jason, the game is amazing. I mean, you're really running around, setting traps down, running after people. You can morph on the map to different areas. They get scared. You can talk to them when you get close through the headset and hear them panicking because you're about to grab them and do some kind of gruesome murder to them. It's brutal. Yeah, that part of it's brutal. Probably not for children. But
not.
yeah, no.
There is cursing.
Yeah, there is cursing in it. So as we try to stay as PG as we can on the channel, but the game is amazing. It's a lot of for me. It's a lot of multiplayer fun, and I try to have one game where I'm jumping into multiplayer with others. So. But we'd love to hear what your thoughts on the games we're playing, and maybe throw in the
what
comments.
you're currently playing.
Yeah.
Maybe give us suggestions of what we should be playing, whether it's old or new, because obviously we have the consoles for it.
Yeah, and they can see the kind of different games that we're interested in.
Yes.
Excellent. So,
Yes.
look, thank you so much for taking the time to watch our videos.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much.